Alright, Hades Omega here, and I got another ADV review video, ADV gear. I mean, you can probably use this on a lot of bikes. It doesn't necessarily have to be an adventure bike or a dual sport. But, so I'm doing it on the WUPP USB station is what it's called. But on the website, it's like a two USB or dual USB charger dealie. So I have one already installed on my bike, and I've had it for a while. So and I'm just getting around to replacing it now. And the reason I'm replacing it is because of that. So there's supposed to be some little white bars here in the USB port, and they're gone now. It has finally come off. It came off on my last Baja ride, so it's definitely not safe to use that anymore because you wouldn't know which way to put your USB device in, and you may short it out or something. So if that happens, don't use it anymore. But so this is pretty much a unit I've had for a while. I didn't know it was Japanese. I can't remember if it was or not, but this is a product from Japan because there's a bunch of Japanese characters on it. So this is it's a 5-volt dual USB charging port for your motorcycle, and you gotta hardwire it in. It's like a 12. I got it for about $12 on eBay, so it's not too bad. It was from a seller in Montana, so actually I got it pretty fast too because it's in the States. I don't remember where I bought this one from. It might have came from China or something, but it's definitely a product from Japan. If it was it may have been made in China and sold in Japan, but you know, I guess they had imported them, and then they're selling them in the U.S. So you can see it's cracking in a bunch of places that I have subjected this device to a lot of you know, the rigors of ADV riding. So it has held up not too bad. And basically what I use this for is to charge my cameras or phone or whatever, you know, on my bike. And it works great for that. And the way I have it installed is I just have it zip tied to the bar here. And yeah, so and we'll take a look at it out of the box. But I have it right next to this power port. This is a trackside power port. And that's still good. So one thing that's broken is the cover. The cover will break off, so just don't lose it. I just have to remember, like, when I take it off, when I take the cover off, I put it somewhere. So I usually just put it in this bag, like right here. Stick it in there, and then when I'm not using it, put it back on. It's very important you put this back on because water will get in there, you know. So I've been pretty good about not losing it. So with its position here on the handlebar crossbar, I haven't had any problems with it getting hit or anything or damaged. I think when this happened, when the little white bars came off of it, what had happened is I think I crashed or something, and then something was connected and it like pulled it out. It pulled one of them out, and then the other one came out. This center part is like broken too, like you can move it up and down. So yeah, this unit is done. But I've had this for a long time. I can't even remember. I've had it for it's handled a couple years of pretty intense ADV riding. So it's good. I use it for like charging at night when I'm camping. So that helps too. Yeah, usually I'll have something hooked up to this, and then it'll be hooked up to like an external battery pack to charge 5-volt devices. So works great. So I bought another one, and I bought 3 of them for my other bikes. So this is what you get. Actually, let me show you what it looks like on my KLR. All right, here's my KLR, and this is what it looks like. I installed it pretty much the same way. Right here on the handlebar. This one is still in good shape, so. And I just zip tie it to the crossbar too. And it doesn't get in the way of any of the gas tanks or whatever. So this is the wiring for it. It's very thick, and I just have it zip tied underneath the fairing here. That's yeah, it's a little excessive. I should have probably cut it, and then so I chose to hardwire it, or I didn't hardwire it. I put spade connectors and I connected it underneath the dash here. That's what I did, and there is a little small fuse in there. We'll go on when I unbox the other one. We'll check it out. But this one is wired to the switch here. It's actually wired to this outlet here, and when I turn this on, it turns this on. Because also one thing I've noticed is my bike has like a little current draw on it. So if I leave my bike sitting for long periods of time, it'll drain the battery. And I think it's this, because this is always connected. I heard this has a little draw on it. So this time for the KLR, I opted to wire it to this, which is powered by this. So so when this turns off, and then I don't have to worry about it draining. So that works. And my KLR is all hooked up. I know they have those USB adapters that go into 12 volts, but like I don't like them because they come out because of vibrations and stuff, and you never get a good connection. This is a sure connection, you know. And there's a couple ways you can install them. Let's install them anyway. All right, so I'll show you what it comes with here. So it comes in a plastic bag like this, and it has a bunch of zip ties in it. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 8 zip ties with it, and like a kind of like a double-sided tape pad here. I guess if you want to double it up, or if you want to replace the one that's on here already. So, and then this is the actual unit in the packaging. It's made by WUPP. And Knee-Wing, I guess. I don't know. So it's called a USB station. And let's go check it out. This is the back of the box. So here it says WUPP. Sorry, I cannot read Japanese. But yeah, this is what it is back here. It's a dual USB dually. So it's 5 volts, 2.1 amps. I'd imagine if you plug in one, it's 2.1 amps. If you plug in 2, it's 1.1 amps. Alright, so just go take it out of the package. So, alright, this is what you get in the package. It's kind of so the way it works is it kind of has a bracket here. It has a plastic bracket, and you can move it. It is kind of swivels in steps. See, and the way I have it is like that, basically. And then, and like it has like the plastic bracket. You can come off the plastic bracket. I don't think I can do it with one hand. Hold on. So you can mount it like this too, without the bracket. With the bracket, you can swivel it around. You can actually change the bracket from the top or the bottom. It's symmetrical. Or I don't know if that's the right word, but and then when it's brand new, it has this little this thing here it has a little arm to grab it so you don't lose it, but it'll probably break off eventually. So just when it does, or I would just cut it off right away. So there it is. That's what it looks like when it's brand new. Underneath the cap it says input 12 to 24 volts. It's kind of hard to see. 12 to 24 volts, and then the output is 5 volts, 2.1 amps. So it'll charge your stuff pretty fast. And so it has this long kind of insulated rubber cable here, and it has ring terminals at the end. And then it has a micro fuse here. I think it's like a 7.5 amp or something. Yeah, so there it is. That's what it looks like. It's got a lot of cable. So the way it is on the DR, I'll probably show a video. But I'll show you later. But it's basically I got it on the handlebar, and then I have it routed underneath the tank, and then it goes to the battery. And it just connects straight to the terminals. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend wiring a toggle switch in. Yeah, so I recommend you connect it to something switched so it doesn't draw power, because it's like it's always on. So, there we go. Alright, here you can see I got the bike stripped down, And so this is the way I have it installed, the one I'm going to replace. So it's right here, runs down here into the frame under the tank, and it spits it out like right around here, and then I have it grounded right here, and then the other's connected straight to the battery. So I'm gonna rig some kind of switch somewhere on the bike to turn it off when I don't. If the draw isn't that big, if you leave it on for like a day, maybe even like a week, it should be fine. But I find out that it drains the battery like over the course of like a week or two. You know, it's not that much of a current draw, but you want to keep it on something switched. I do have a relay here. Custom relay here that turns on only when the key turns on, but I don't want that. I want to have full control over it. Like I said, leaving it on is not a big deal, but like if you leave it on for long periods of time, or if you don't ride your bike for long periods of time, it'll drain the battery. So so my suggestion is to wire it to something like this, like a relay, or you can pull the fuse. Actually, this one doesn't have a fuse. I think this might be a different one than the one that I have right now. Yeah, it may be a different one, but it's very much the same style. Yeah, so that's how I have it on this bike. But I'm gonna wire a switch in. It doesn't have to be a fancy switch. It's not a lot of voltage or current that you're working with. So all you have to do is put a toggle switch somewhere in the main line, or even the ground. You can even use the ground. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I recommend, connecting it to a switch source. Yeah, you can even connect it to your headlights or something. That's what I'm thinking. But like I actually have a dealie right here that I actually have a relay to connect the accessories to. So that's one thing. That's one possibility. Or like I showed you on the KLR. The KLR had a switch on the dash, and I just wired it to where the switch was connected to. So there's a couple ways to install it. Hope this helps you out. And yes, I recommend this product. This is good, good and cost effective. Ladies and make out.